More technical difficulties. More technical difficulties. Okay, everything seems to be working good now, my friends. Okay, everything seems to be working good now, my friend. Yeah, the mics are working now, babe.
Okay.
Everything's good.
What was the problem?
I have no idea. Always something, all right? Always something. Where's yours? Oh, buried under your sweater. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us okay, guys. Drop us a comment. Show some love. So we have gone together and put a few grocery lists together. Pardon my French. Jennifer has made a list for us, I should say. Go ahead, babe.
Okay, so I wanted to compare, like I took a grocery receipt. I took a grocery receipt of ours here in Mexico, and I wanted to compare it to Canada. So what I did was I just went online and used the Superstore for different locations in Canada. So I compared Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto, Montreal, and Halifax. And I had 10 different items. So I'm kind of surprised at the outcome, not so much compared Canada to Mexico, but different parts of Canada to other parts of Canada really surprised me. Edmonton's getting snookered is the bottom line. And Montreal is the cheapest. I mean, it's not a great big disparity. There's $7 difference between Edmonton and Montreal. So they're all, kind of in the same ballpark there. But I just don't understand why. I mean, it's the exact same grocery store chain. And some of the items were exactly the same price. So we'll start with the items. So eggs, 30 eggs, $9.29 in Vancouver, $9.94 in Edmonton, $9.29 in Toronto and Montreal, and Halifax was $11.29. And in Merida, the Canadian equivalent is $5.82. I didn't do any kind of what do you say, like the percentage, what the percentage difference is. So, and then the next item is milk. $2.79 in both Vancouver and Edmonton, $3.49 in Toronto, $3.99 in Montreal, and $2.47 in Halifax, $2.32 in Merida. So that's, I mean, it's cheaper in Merida, but not by a whole heck of a lot. And I honestly thought that milk would be the same across the board because I know that the dairy industry is heavily, heavily regulated. So I'm really surprised that it wasn't the same across the board. That's probably the only thing that the West is saving on is the milk. And that was on the price of 1 liter. Sorry, most of you probably buy 4 liters, but we only buy it by 1 liter here. So that's the price I compared at. Now for bread, I chose Wonder Bread. We don't buy Wonder Bread, but I knew it was a brand that was here in Mexico as well as Canada. So I will say the prices for the Merida groceries are all from Soriana's, except for the Wonder Bread. I had to look in Cheddar for that. So Wonder Bread in Vancouver and Edmonton is $3.69. Toronto and Montreal is $2.99. and Halifax is $3.99, and $4.49 in Merida. So that's more expensive in Merida, the bread. And we don't really buy bread here, which I'm
Sorry, guys, we had lost internet for a split second there. I don't know if we're back. It shows we're live, but we'll see.
I'll move on to avocados then. So we just bought, I think they come like this in Canada too. So it's like a green mesh bag full of avocados, and it's roughly 3 pounds. So I just used that across the board. And we tend to buy those because the bulk ones are really, they're so hard. Like the quality of them just, I don't know what the difference is. And I don't know where the green mesh bag ones come from, if it's Mexico or if it's something else. But anyways, we'll go into the prices for that. So $8 in both Vancouver and Edmonton, $7 in both Toronto and Montreal, and $9.99 in Halifax, and $5.11 in Merida. Next is white onion. So half a kilo is, or 500 grams is what I did my pricing on. So $2.97 in Vancouver and Edmonton, $2.75 in Toronto and Montreal, and $3.30 in Halifax. 98 cents in Merida. That's a big difference there. And I don't really know what's going on with Halifax. Like it's not as expensive as Vancouver and Edmonton, but the few items I've gone over so far are more expensive. So except for the milk, they're the cheapest in the milk. Anyways, we'll keep going. Bananas, half kilo of bananas.
Oh, bananas. Sorry, I'm falling behind here, guys.
So 76 cents in Vancouver, 87 cents in Edmonton, 65 cents in both Toronto and Montreal, and $1.09 in Halifax.
$1.09.
Yeah. I think where you're saving in Halifax might be the meat. No, the toilet paper was significantly less in Halifax. We'll get to that. So, and then next item is ribeye steak. And I only did a 0.25 kilogram. So that was $13.77 in Vancouver and Edmonton, $13.22 in Toronto, $12.12 in Montreal, and $13.22 in Halifax.
$13.22 in Halifax.
Yeah. So the same as Toronto. Roughly comparable to Edmonton and Vancouver. So Montreal was the cheapest for the ribeye steak at 12.
Oh, hey, Gayleen, how are you? Thanks for joining us. We are having technical difficulties, as always. I'm going to change this program next live, I do believe. We're pretty fed up with this program. It's just always one thing or another. And then, well, we lost internet too just now, so that had nothing to do with the program. My laptop, it went no internet, so Yeah.
Just for a moment.
Yeah, but long enough that it ended our live, right? It froze up. My friend loves loud cars. Nathan messaged me right away and said that we had froze up. So anyway, glad you're back and here with us. See if everything's still working good.
How was your cruise? I am assuming you're back because last week you were heading out on the cruise. So you're either still on it and getting back soon or you're back already. And how did you like Day of the Dead? We had from some friends that were in Mexico City for Day of the Dead, and it's fabulous. Like far exceeds whatever happens here. But there's like 8 million people there, so you would expect a bigger show.
Yeah, quite a bit bigger.
The parade was hours long, not 20 minutes long. It was hours long. Yeah, so I can't wait we'll definitely have to be in Mexico City at some point for Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
So chicken legs, 1 kilogram, $8.80 in Vancouver and Edmonton. $5 in Toronto, $4.39 in Montreal. A little asterisk in that one. Online, the grocery store said that they were out of stock. So I don't know if there's a chicken shortage there or what's going on. The same thing happened in the Toronto one, but then they had a second option as well. So it was a little more expensive than what the bulk ones were. So it would probably be, I don't know. But anyways, 2 places were out of stock in bulk chicken. So I don't know. They still gave me the price, so I used it. And then $5.49 in Halifax.
So which was the most expensive?
At Vancouver and Edmonton at $8.80.
$8.80.
For a kilogram of chicken.
Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, you know what? I haven't been doing the Merida prices. It was only $2.35 for chicken at Merida.
That's the most important. We're comparing from here to there. I'll post this spreadsheet on the community page, guys, so you can take a look at it. So we'll just carry on. Or if you want to go down briefly, you didn't say any of the Merida prices for anything?
I did for some of them.
Okay, well, we'll carry on, and I'll post this on the community website.
I think the white onions is the last one I did for Merida.
So overall, where's the cheapest?
For which?
Everything.
For everything. Well, Merida.
So everything so far has been cheaper here than in...
The bread was more expensive.
The bread was more.
And I don't know if that's because Wonder Brand might be because it's an American brand, so it's probably trucked in.
Yeah.
But bread's not that cheap here. I don't know, but whatever.
That's weird that the bread was more.
I don't know. Oh, toilet paper is next. So $11.68 for 16 rolls in Edmonton and Vancouver. Pardon me. Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto, and Montreal.
Toilet paper.
We're all $11.68. And I double checked my numbers on Halifax because it came out at $5.33. So I'm kind of thinking there was a typo on the website because I doubt that's true. I double checked my numbers, but whatever. And then $5.50 here in Merida.
Okay, Gayleen said that she enjoyed Day of the Dead, but did not see much because of the cruise. She enjoyed the cruise.
Is the cruise like the boat itself? Does it have like a Mexican theme? Because it's on, because it's a Mexican cruise.
You would think so, but well.
Okay, so after toilet paper is cheddar cheese. I priced it based on 200 grams of cheddar cheese, so $2.26 in Vancouver and Edmonton. No, pardon me, 286 across the board.
286.
No, pardon me. Okay, scratch that. 226 Edmonton, Vancouver, 286 in Toronto, Montreal, and Halifax, and then 526 here in Merida. So that one is more expensive too. But that one did not surprise me because that is definitely an import here. So that's going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
Their local cheeses won't be that, but their local cheeses are much more mild than cheddar. And cheddar is what I wanted, so that's what I bought.
Yeah, we don't buy cheddar very often. Well, they don't have it usually. You don't see cheddar unless you go to,
Not too many places do
no,
it.
unless you go
Soriana's
to.
has it. I'm sure Cheddar does. But it's expensive. So I don't always buy it, no. Because it's very expensive. And usually you're buying more than 200 grams. Like you're buying a brick, and that's like, I know it was like $8 or $9 or something in Edmonton when you just bought that brick, right? That's probably gone up since we left. Okay, so that was the prices in Canadian dollars. I feel like I should start with the bananas again because I missed the Merida prices.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
The bananas on down. So bananas was 76 cents Vancouver, 87 cents Edmonton, 65 cents in Toronto and Montreal, $1.09 in Halifax, and 62 cents in Merida. The ribeye steak, $13.77 in Vancouver and Edmonton, $13.22 in Toronto, $12.12 in Montreal, $13.22 in Halifax, and $7.26 in Merida.
Yeah, not much of a difference really, eh?
Not throughout Canada, but $7.26 in Merida is a huge difference.
Yeah.
The chicken thighs were $8.80 in Vancouver and Edmonton, $5 in Toronto, $4.39 in Montreal, $5.49 in Halifax, and $2.35 in Merida. And then toilet paper and cheddar cheese we did. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we want to go over these in Mexican pesos, do we want to do that? Or no, we'll do totals, okay?
Yeah.
So we'll just do the totals and their conversions. How does that sound?
Sure.
And then you guys can go in the comments and ask if for a specific item if you want the
Yeah, we
conversions.
can, here, let me get rid of this, sorry. I can break it down to, I can give the American prices too. Let me grab my other phone here.
I have the American prices.
Oh, you got them all? Okay.
But what I did, I didn't price compare to the U.S. Like I didn't go to U.S. websites and get prices. I just converted it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if you're watching from the U.S., I'm really curious of what your grocery prices are. You know, if anybody out there wants to come on live with us, let us know, and we would love to try to do a live with you guys. That would be awesome.
So the total for Vancouver was $64.01 Canadian, or 813 pesos and 71 centavos Mexican, or $46.40 US. Edmonton is $64.77. That's the highest total we have over my comparisons, and that is 823 pesos and 37 centavos, or $46.95 US. Toronto was $58.93 Canadian, or 749 pesos and 13 centavos, or $42.72 American. Montreal comes in the lowest total at $57.72, $733.75. Did I say that wrong? 733 pesos. and 75 centavos, or 41.84 USD. Halifax, $59.03 Canadian, or 750 pesos and 40 centavos, or 42.79 USD. Merida, $39.70 Canadian, or 504 pesos and 48 centavos, or $28.77 USD. And that's my research.
So overall, everything was cheapest in Merida overall, and Vancouver was the most. That's correct?
Yeah. Let me see. Quickly, I'll get a...
Vancouver's a really expensive city. Anybody from Canada knows that.
It was
Very,
cheaper
very
than
expensive.
Edmonton.
Oh, really?
Not by much. I mean, it's pretty much on par, but 64.01 compared to 64.77.
Wow.
Yeah. So who knew Edmonton is getting as bad as Vancouver? Like,
Yeah, they're getting hosed in Edmonton.
yeah.
Big time.
Okay, so let me see what I can do here.
Galen's asking if they have meat sales like they do back home. I believe they do. Like I've seen
meat sales, and I believe it was Soriana's
yeah.
and Progresso.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
Yeah. But
yeah, they'll put on sale prices just to get rid of product before it goes bad, I would imagine, right? Same as back home. See that, or they're throwing it out or giving it away. Actually, it's funny. That's what we just had tonight was ribeye steaks. So I'm a little bit surprised again with your findings for the prices. Just like when we did the market comparison to the grocery store, I was really surprised. And here I'm surprised that Edmonton is so much higher. But they got to truck it a long ways too, right? So I imagine like even further north of Edmonton, where Loves Loud Cars, Nathan is from, who has a YouTube channel, Loves Loud Cars. He's even further north in Alberta. It's probably even more money up there, right? I mean, the further they truck it, the more money it costs. So I know when I worked up in Inuvik in the Northwest Territories, man, and especially during freeze up and break up in the spring and the fall, the prices went through the roof. You know, if they had the product, a lot of times during freeze up and break up, they would run out of a lot of stuff because there was quite a period of time where the roads were closed, where they couldn't get any shipment in. You know, and that was a lot of years ago in the late 80s, early 90s. I remember paying $10 for a 4-liter of milk just about up there. It was expensive.
I think that was when you lived up there, was before Walmart though.
Oh, see, Nathan's in New Zealand right now visiting his daughter. He's just saying that in New Zealand, the grocery prices are crazy. I should record a walkthrough. Yeah, you should. There you go, buddy. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, do it. Let's do her up, man. I want to see. Pork from Spain and the U.S., yeah. Yeah, well, you go to Costco and that, like they have imported meats here as well, right? You know, and same with the cheese is imported, you know. You go to Costco or Walmart, a lot of their meat is imported, I'm sure, is from the U.S. Or could even be from New Zealand.
So
I mean, they have New Zealand meat in Canada.
It looks like there's a 39% difference between Merida and Edmonton.
39% difference.
Yeah.
That's quite substantial.
Yeah, you know what? My phone's not working.
No, here.
I want the calculator. I just want to double check.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really curious, Nathan, what the prices are like there in New Zealand. You should. That'd make a great little video. Do a 5-minute video, walk to the grocery store. So yeah, I'm surprised with that, the prices. I'm not surprised that it's cheaper here, but I'm surprised how much it is in Edmonton.
39% difference.
39.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's huge.
It is.
That's huge, yeah.
Yeah.
So how does it go in order then? So
Edmonton's the highest at 64.77 Canadian, and then Vancouver at 64.01, and then Halifax at 59.03, and Toronto at 58.93, and Montreal at 57.72.
well, you know what? It makes sense because it's Alberta. They got all that oil field money, right? So they're hosing them down there in Alberta. They want that oil field money. Those boys they can afford to pay $20 for a ribeye steak down there. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. I worked for this company, I won't say the name, but whenever we had an oil field job, all of a sudden the rate went up when the job was for an oil field company. Now all of a sudden, instead of the truck being worth $130 an hour, now it was worth $180 an hour or $200 an hour or whatever it was. They jacked the price up as soon as it was an oil field company that they were working for. Yeah.
So it's an 11% difference between
25, yeah.
It's an 11% difference between Edmonton and Montreal.
11% difference between Edmonton and Montreal.
The highest and the lowest.
Hmm.
So that's significant.
That is, yeah, that's very significant.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
$25. I can't remember. What did I pay for those steaks? I think they were 300 and here, just hang on. You can talk to me. I'm going to go look and see what those steaks were that I bought today. Well, you should have it on your list there.
Yeah, I do. It's 92 pesos for 0.25 kilograms.
Yeah, the 120 pesos for the one, and the other one was a little bit more.
Yeah, it was 120 pesos for
one. Oh, it was
one.
95. So yeah, one was 95, one was 120.
95 pesos and 120 pesos. And I don't know why, but the ribeye steaks,
and they weren't bad
I thought they were the
size.
same, but they had two different prices on them. So I just took the higher price and used that.
Yeah, and they weren't bad size steaks really. I mean, they were all right. So what is that in I don't think I have my conversion app on this phone. So how much is that in Canadian dollars? I can't do the math in my head. Well, I have it to US right now, so we'll say 95. So yeah, $5, $5.50 US for the one. And what did I say the other one was? So $5.50 US for that one. So $7.50. So the smaller one was $7.50 Canadian.
That's a ribeye.
And that's a ribeye, yeah. So that's pretty good. And the other one was 120, and they had to be at least 7-8 ounces. They were big. They were big steaks. I don't have the weight, but they were big. They were at least 7 to 8 ounces with the bone in them and everything. So yeah, it was $10. The other one, not even $9.50. So yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Very, very reasonable. Yeah, it'll probably give the prices, or the weight is probably in. It'll be a metric for sure. So, but I'm sure they were 7 to 8 ounces at least.
It's important to note too that when you go to the market, you can't get good cuts of meat, good cuts of beef.
I'm garbage picking.
You can't get good cuts of beef at the market. If you ask for like a rib or something, no, they don't have it. So I think they're taking their good cuts and selling it probably to restaurants or grocery stores or wherever they're selling it. But they're not bringing it to markets. You're just getting the cheap steaks at the market. Beef steaks. I think the chicken at the downtown market was a lot cheaper than our little Cholula market here. Like we would get so much chicken for like next to nothing.
Oh,
Like it'd be hard to spend 200 pesos on chicken down there.
yeah, yeah. And it was cleaner too down there. Like the chicken itself was cleaner. Here, the chicken that we bought from the store, the little town next, not the store, but from the little market from the little town next door, had a lot of feathers on it, and it wasn't cut very good. Like it was, yeah, it wasn't the best. It wasn't. It tasted fine, but it just wasn't as, it still had a lot of feathers on it, and it wasn't as clean. There was like blood clots, and yeah, it wasn't that great. The big market downtown, the chicken was really nice down there. It was good. It was cleaned properly. It was cut properly. This place here, it was like a hack job. It was like a hack job. Yeah. Yeah, the market downtown was a lot nicer, the chicken for sure. And then, well, the grocery store, I mean, it's a grocery store, right? So it was prime, right? And not much of a price difference either, really, from the grocery store. So, yeah, the hassle it is to drive all the way downtown and everything, it's just not worth it. You're better off just to go to the grocery store. You're not saving anything really. You maybe save a little bit on chicken, but you're spending that on over and above on the vegetables and the other stuff, right?
Well, I look at these prices and I'm like, well, we really have nothing to complain about. But I'm always very stressed out at the grocery store. Like we spent 2,400 pesos or 2,300 pesos or whatever it was on the last grocery shop, which will probably be the last grocery shop other than we might run out of a few vegetables or fruit or whatever. Anyways, like that's a lot of money, right? Like that's a couple $100 probably.
Yeah.
So I'm like freaking out about that, but I think it's because when you go to the market, you don't have all these other things like, oh, look they have this, we need this, like they just have what they have. And usually you're not getting everything you want from the market because they have what they have, right? Whereas the grocery store has everything. So it's easy to take off the shelf other than what's on your list. And I think that's why it's so expensive. We have to learn to, we really have to plan what we want in our refrigerator and then go buy that, and that's it.
Yeah, when we have gone and when we stick to the list, just the list, it's usually not too bad. But once we move from here and we're in the city, it'll be a lot easier just to go out and pick up a few things. Here, we're a half hour from the grocery store, just about, not quite, but it's a drive to get to the grocery store, right? So we're still in that mentality of shopping back home where you're stocking up for a week at a time, right? Well, here you don't do that. You buy for 2-3 days and that's it. And then you go back and you buy for 2-3 days and you buy fresh all the time. You just go to the grocery store every 2 or 3 days. Back in Canada and the US, I'm sure is the same. You go to the grocery store, you shop for 2 weeks, right? I mean, you run out obviously for milk and bread and whatever, butter, little things you run out of, coffee. But as far as your bulk items, you're buying for 2 weeks at a time. So we have to get out of that habit, I think. Well, we will.
Gayleen says that's why people buy online. I think she's referring to the
but the problem with buying online though is you don't get, when the produce, you don't get good. Yeah, we've done it. You don't get good quality produce. They usually give you the crap.
I've had like rotten lettuce.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Like
just
it
throw
looked
whatever
beautiful
in the
on the
bin.
outside, but everything on the inside was rotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So I kind of got pretty fed up with that pretty quick. And that's what we're mostly buying is produce. Like we're not buying the junk food, we're not buying the processed food. We're buying fruits, vegetables, meats, cheeses.
yeah, pretty much 90% of our grocery list is fruit, vegetables, and meat. That's pretty much everything we buy. I mean, we do buy crackers for the odd time when we have soup, which isn't very often, but I did make some homemade soup here last week, and Jen likes her peanut butter, and so do I. We have peanut butter, and now she's discovered that gluten-free bread with no flour in it. So we've been buying that once in a while. It's pretty expensive, but it's got no flour in it, so it's a healthier
Yeah,
alternative.
yeah, it is very expensive, so it's
They're,
not something we eat on the regular.
it's
But
just tiny, thin slices of bread too. Like it's very thin, and they're just small little pieces. They're not like a big loaf like you would normally get as like a loaf of bread. They're just like, I don't know, a quarter of the size of a piece of bread. Really, they're small. They're really tiny, which is fine though. It's good, and it's actually not bad. I don't mind it at all. I mean, like I said, there is a couple things that we do buy, and we buy the tortilla chips because I like making the guacamole dip, so we buy chips for that once in a while, and then um, the tortillas. I like to have the tacos once in a while, so in the morning I have tacos quite often. So we're buying tortillas, but yeah, the bulk of our
yeah, but you don't like the tortillas at the grocery store. You buy them at the tortilleria.
yeah, the homemade ones. Yeah, I buy the homemade ones.
Well, they're made in store in a machine, but
Yeah,
yes, but they're
yeah,
fresh.
but they're
Like they're hot when we get them.
yeah, they're hot. Yeah. No, we stopped.
Don't do a lot of.
We stopped buying
Yeah.
potatoes
We
and
will do
rice
pasta once in a while.
Yeah.
Not very often, but once in a while. We've got pasta in that soup that Daryl just made.
Yeah, so Nathan Loves Loud Cars is just asking we don't buy starch either, no rice or potatoes, and no, we don't.
No, I did find some wild rice.
I haven't had potato unless we go out. That's when I have a potato. I'll have I have French fries, or like the other night when I was at Texas Roadhouse, I had mashed potatoes.
Yes,
But as far as having it at home, not anymore. No, we've stopped that.
So we haven't cut carbs out, but we've cut them back.
Keep my girlish figure here.
Yeah, like I did buy wild rice from Amazon.
That's pretty good too.
We liked it, yeah. Except for that last batch, I don't know what happened to it. It was not very good.
Yeah, as soon as you start buying,
but it was so much more than what we normally make. So I'm wondering if you got some ratios mixed up on that batch. But anyway, so that's pretty expensive, so we won't be buying that that often. And there's not too many foods we eat that we need a heavy starch like wild rice. Like a meat and a vegetable is usually plenty sufficient for us. What did we have tonight?
Oh, we had the steak with mushrooms and sauteed mushrooms and onions and shrimp and some tomato slices, and then the steak.
And that was completely satisfactory for us. So we don't need that big heavy starch.
No.
And I find that when I do eat starch, then it's filling me up. Like I can skip a meal. Like if I have starch for lunch, I don't need dinner. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're on a low
saying
carb.
that she's low carb too. It helps with her arthritis and working on my weight. 2 good vibes. Yeah.
I would describe our diet more anti-inflammatory than anything else. That's why we've got the gluten-free bread and that, and trying to eat more whole grains. That's why I bought the wild rice. But again, like I say, we're not eating it all that much and he won't eat oatmeal, so I have to make more cookies. He'll eat
maybe
cookies.
Maybe when we move to a cooler climate, I'll eat some oatmeal, but not here. If
I eat it cold.
Yeah, pardon?
I eat it cold.
Oh, I'm not eating cold oatmeal. Oh, no thanks.
Overnight oats with pre-mixed overnight.
And if I have oatmeal, I gotta have brown sugar. I gotta have
Honey.
sugar. Oh no, I gotta have sugar on my oatmeal. And it's gotta be brown sugar. It's gotta oatmeal has to have brown sugar.
You can't have brown sugar, but you can have honey.
No, if I'm eating oatmeal, I'm having sugar.
Well, then you shouldn't eat oatmeal because that's
I don't want any.
that's not
Yeah.
anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, well, I don't want. And you don't need any oatmeal anyway. That's
It's well, you need whole grains.
too fattening.
You need whole grains, and that's the proper kind of oats is.
I'll just stick to my water.
You know what? You research your anti-inflammatory diet. You're the one that needs it. You do your diet based on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to live a little bit, right? You can't. I cheat for sure, you know.
But yeah, when we eat out, we're not like, oh, I can't have this because it's got carbs, or I can't have this because it's
Yeah,
got
yeah. We're not
sugar,
those people that go to a restaurant and be like, oh, we can't eat here because
we want to enjoy ourselves too. And if you're constantly dieting, which you know what, for a long time it was, it's no way to live.
No.
So.
No.
Healthy decisions.
Chia seeds, coconut oil.
Being active. That's living life. So.
Yeah. And yeah, I got to be active, right? Like I was at the gym again today. I did 5 kilometers on the treadmill, weights, jumping jacks, sit-ups. You know, start going to the gym. Galen is saying chia seeds, coconut milk. You have coconut milk, eh? And
not
then,
currently, but yes, I've been using those ingredients in smoothies.
Yeah, Jen makes smoothies. They have a bullet here, and she's been using that. I have a feeling that we'll be buying one of those bullets or something similar. Nathan is saying that's the thing here. Overnight oats were better than I thought when I was a kid. A buddy didn't have milk and tried calf milk replace their milk. Yeah, no doubt, calf milk.
I've been using oat milk or cashew milk or almond milk or whatever sort of.
I could probably do it with honey because I like honey. So I mean, you just need something sweet, and the honey here is really, really good because it's fresh, right?
It's organic, yeah.
Yeah, it's organic honey. We always buy the organic honey. We just bought some. I got a video coming up here, guys. We went out with our friend Pasquale. We went and toured a little town where he lives. He invited us over for supper since we're leaving right away. So he was the gate guy. He worked the gate at the first Pravati we were in. A really nice Mayan gentleman. And I went to the caves with him anyway. So he took us on his tuk-tuk. He has a tuk-tuk taxi, you know, and drove us around the little town where he's from. It was nice. It was really nice. It was a nice tour.
So you get 1 liter of honey,
some honey,
organic honey, 100 pesos.
Yeah, 100 pesos for a
so like
liter.
$7 Canadian.
Yeah, that would be $50 in Edmonton.
Yeah, like a whole liter of this.
Yeah, that'd be outrageous in Edmonton.
I bought at Soriana's. I really needed some honey, and I only wanted organic honey, so it was this tiny little jar like this for 100 pesos.
Yeah.
So there's market's much better for organic honey than.
Yeah, so that town that we went to where he lives is, it's an hour from here where we live, but it's 30 minutes from the edge of Merida, about 35 minutes. It's almost right to Campeche, to the state of Campeche. But he doesn't work at the Pravada anymore. He has a gas jockey job closer to home, which is nice for him because he was working long hours over there. I think he said like 15 hours or
18.
something. 18 hours, yeah, working at the gate. So now he's working at the gas station, and it's only 8 hours a day, and it's a hop, skip, and a jump away for him. So that's nice. Very, very nice young man. Very, very nice. Younger than I am. I was just looking for my app here. I wanted to see. I can never remember what the price is.
Green Tea is thanking you for the tour earlier today, and I believe that's the Palenque tour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Hey, buddy. How you doing? I didn't even see that. Sorry, my friend. Nathan just yakking up a storm there. Oh, you're welcome. I had such a great time on that tour. I really wish that Jennifer could have made it, but she's not into that as much as I am.
I was very sick.
Yeah, she was sick that day. So yeah, 100 pesos. Yeah, $8. You might as well say $8. $7.85 for that honey. Yeah. So in US, I mean, that'd be what, $5? Yeah, 5.50, 5.70, 5.70 for 1 liter of honey. So if you're in the US, I want to know, if you're watching this later on and you're in the USA, how much are you paying for a liter of honey, organic honey? Let me know. $7.50 here. Well, I'm curious.
Loud loves cars.
Oh, sorry, $5. $5.70.
Loud Cars says he pays $3 a pound for honey in 40-pound pails. So 3 times 40 is what?
Oh yeah, when you're buying in bulk, yeah. What are you doing with so much honey, man? Oh my God, are you bathing in that stuff or what? Oh my God.
And he also mentioned turmeric, and actually,
Yeah,
I'll tell you,
turmeric is good for you too.
Some of you
I like
guys
cooking with it.
may have seen this. I'm not on TikTok. Daryl found it and sent it to me.
Yeah.
But it's this girl, I don't remember her name, but she's got a TikTok video about this concoction that she drinks because she needs it's anti-inflammatory, and it's got in it hot water, so half a cup of hot water, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon, a quarter teaspoon of turmeric, and a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, though I can't do a whole quarter teaspoon. I can barely do 1/8 of a teaspoon of the cayenne in there. And then
the limes.
And then I got the lime. And then a pinch of pepper. So you mix all that and down it. And
first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning.
Before you have anything, before
half
coffee.
Half hour before you have anything, and a half hour after you take it.
Every morning.
Don't have it. So I've been drinking that every day. And green tea, I am adding ginger, a quarter teaspoon of ginger, and a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon as well to it. So all those ingredients I mentioned before is what's in this TikTok video. And then I just added my own
and
ginger and cinnamon because those are also very good for you.
Yeah, she was saying that she found she was losing weight drinking this stuff, and she thought that it was...
She didn't take it for that. She took it to her left eye didn't move.
Yeah. It was for anti-inflammatory.
She did some research and found foods that... she found this concoction to take for anti-inflammation, and then as a result of that, she found that
she was losing weight.
Slimmed down a little bit.
Well, it's all healthy stuff. Everything that's in the drink is like super healthy.
I'm not slimming down, but I'm feeling much healthier. So that's the important thing.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
For a little while, I felt like
it's good for you, for sure.
Yeah, for a little while, I didn't look.
So is ginger.
Thinner, but I felt thinner. But then now I just feel bleh. So I must change something. So that's why I kind of stopped taking milk. But I don't know. I was fine with the milk, so maybe I'll go back to milk. Because the milk alternatives are more expensive, obviously.
That's another thing we switched to now. Like back home in Alberta, we used to drink 2%, and now we drink light milk. We just switched that not that long ago, actually, because we were buying whole milk here for the cappuccino machine because it froths up better. The whole milk, I did some research on the cappuccino, and the whole milk froths up better, so we were using that. But we've done away with the cappuccino machine, so... Yeah, we switched our milk to light milk now. So it's been a few months now for that. So, and then when we moved...
The dairy is different here, though.
All the dairy.
I don't know how that would compare to
all the dairy is
Canada.
Different here. Yeah, the milk, the eggs, the cheese, it's all different. It all tastes different than back home. It's because of what they're eating, right? You know?
Yeah.
So you just get used to it. It's not different bad. It's just different. It all tastes different. Even the eggs taste a little bit different, but the milk for sure, and the butter, cheese, all that. The eggs, I notice it a little bit, but not too terribly much. Yeah, I like cream and cream. I like cream and coffee too, for sure. but it's fattening.
Whipping
That's
cream
a problem.
isn't readily
I start drinking
available
black coffee.
in all the stores here. I mean,
Ideally,
you can get it here, but it's not in every store.
yeah. The cream here is like paste.
Well, they have different kind of creams. Like they do have whipping cream.
Yeah, you can find it.
But the crema that they have here, it's for cooking. It's not really liquid. I mean, it is liquid, but it's really thick, and it's more
it's
for
lumpy.
cooking.
Yeah, it's almost like sour cream almost.
Yeah, but it's not
cooking.
Sour though.
Yeah.
Maybe that consistency, but it's not sour.
When you heat it up, it thins out. That's what they heat up, and they pour that over top of a lot of stuff, that cream. They eat a lot of it here.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pour that cream. When you heat it up, it thins out. It's actually quite good, but it's super fattening. Like it's super fattening. It's really, really rich. So we try to stay away from that. The treat when we go out, we don't need it in our house. You know? Yeah. I don't use a lot of milk in my coffee, but I'm like you, Gayleen. I prefer cream. Like I would rather have cream, you know? Like in the old days, the old carnation cans, right? The old sour milk, eh? Raw milk, oh, for sure you can get raw milk here. Yeah, absolutely you could. I've never looked for it, but I'm sure you can. They're all about organic here, right? Like everything, they're big on organic here, really big. I'm sure you can get raw milk here. I'll research it. I'll find out. I'll let you know. You might have to remind me though, green tea, because I'll probably forget. But now I'm curious though, but I'll probably forget. Yeah. So I was drinking that concoction too that Jennifer was making, but I had to stop. I should go back to drinking it again, but it was too.
The cayenne pepper is really.
Yeah, the cayenne pepper. I like spicy, but at first thing in the morning with nothing in your stomach, no coffee, no nothing.
The first time I did it, I did the full dose, 1/4 teaspoon, and I nearly threw up.
Yeah, it's tough to get
down. So I went
down.
back to that post and I read the comments, and she's like, "Yeah, just use a little less cayenne until you get used to it." Well, I've been doing it since July, and I'm still not used to it. So I don't think I'll ever get up to 1/4 teaspoon.
So a 1/4 teaspoon, that's a lot of cayenne
so what
pepper.
I do is I kind of sprinkle it in other foods throughout the day to kind of get a little bit more. And it usually hides, like I've even thrown it in yogurt, just a little bit. It's hidden. I'm not really tasting it. So I'm out right now though, so remember that for next time. Probably be out until we move now though.
Yeah, we don't want to go and buy too much more for groceries now. It's just going to be a little bit. We got like 2 weeks left here, right? So, and that's it. We're just about done. So, I'm really excited to move on. I really am. I'm going to miss all of the friends that we've made here. You know, I'm going to miss that. The beach. I mean, we're going to be an hour away from the beach, maybe a little better. We can still drive to the beach on the weekends, right? But I miss the beach now here already as it is. So, yeah. Put it in a capsule. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you have to buy some capsules. Something else you'd have to buy. Put it in a capsule and then just pop it like a pill. So, yeah, I should go back to drinking that too, but I'm going to wait till we move. I'm not going to get too carried away now. I'm just going to wait till we move and get settled and then kind of go back into the healthy habits again. I've been going to the gym, but I'm going to get back and it'd be nice to jog outside, you know, to go outside and work out. It's just, even now, it's still too warm to be doing stuff like that outside. And
it's significantly cooler.
I
should say in the early mornings and the evenings, it's cooler. The days are still hot. Yeah,
the days are still hot. You're still 28 degrees, 30, 31. So I got a fishing trip tomorrow, guys. I'm going fishing with my dear friend Greg and then 3 other guys tomorrow. So I'll get another little video of that. Hopefully we actually catch some fish this time. I haven't had much luck for fishing lately.
No, you haven't brought fish
So-
home in a while.
No, but I haven't
You
been
stopped-
really too serious about it.
You stopped fishing at the pier. You stopped fishing when we came out here.
Yeah, I stopped fishing when we moved here pretty well, yeah. And that day that we did the boat tour with Riley and our friends, our going away party, it got too rough. So the black clouds rolled in. So I just gave a spoiler for tomorrow's video or Friday's video. Be sure to check that out. It was actually, it was a fun day. It was.
What was that video you were working on today?
Mm-hmm. That was the one, babe.
Oh, I thought you meant, okay. Friday's video is a boat tour. I thought you meant your fishing trip was going to be Fridays.
No. The fishing trip, I gotta make that. I'm gonna grab some more water here, and then I'll come back, and we'll probably gonna shut her down here right away, guys. I think. If you got any other comments about food, I'd still like to know more about the U.S. prices. So anybody that's on from the U.S., let us know what your prices are like there.
Okay.
I know I've heard it's crazy everywhere for groceries. So
Buck stops here is usually on our lives, and I don't see him tonight.
yeah, where's the
is in
buck
the
stops
US.
here? He's usually good for some information.
Yeah. I'm wondering what the weather is like in Colorado right now. Because the owners of this home are driving, excuse me, they're driving here, but they want to take their leisurely time and do some sightseeing in Colorado and Wyoming. And I'm like, okay, but it's November. I don't know what kind of weather they're going to get, especially in Colorado. I know they got snow already.
Yeah. Best thing you can do for your health is this right here, water. Drink a lot of water.
Yeah, I don't drink enough water.
Well, I've been back in the routine of drinking a lot of water. When I first moved here, I was hardcore on everything, the working out, the gym, the water. For a good 8 months, I was hardcore. And then it all went to crap for a few months. As soon as we moved to the beach, I was just let her all hang out again. Not quite, but just about.
Green tea must be from the U.S. She says healthy groceries have gone up a lot in the Midwest.
Yeah. Well, anything healthy has been more expensive, but yeah, they probably jacked it up even more now.
Yes, I find that here in Mexico too.
Yeah, here too. Yeah,
Like
anything that's
health
healthy,
food
health
type
food
stuff,
is more
like,
money.
Like flaxseed is like, I'm not buying that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, here too. It's the same back home though. It's the health in Canada. The health food is more money. Yeah, any of the health stuff.
Yeah.
You go buy McDonald's for next to nothing, but
Yeah, you could eat pretty cheap if all you eat is like
the processed
ramen
crap,
noodles
yeah.
and Kraft dinner and stuff. But I remember we used to, before we cut out processed food, we used to eat Kraft dinner back home a lot. Pardon me.
Not a lot.
But I bought it on a regular.
We did have it, yeah.
I bought it on the regular.
We like Kraft dinner, yeah.
When it went over $1, I was upset. I tell you, I was upset. Like, you want me to, because I was spending like 50 cents on them when they were on sale.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're $1. Like, give me a break. So I got really upset when they went over $1. And then they changed the recipe and it was shit. So, and then we stopped eating them.
Yeah, I haven't had Kraft dinner
food
for years. But we stopped eating that even before.
I'll still make homemade macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, Jen makes killer homemade mac and cheese. Yeah. Once in a while, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's one of the recipes I'm taking over Mexico with. My Mexican friends love the mac and cheese and
Neon 64. Thanks for
banana
stopping
bread.
in, my friend.
They also love
protein shakes like ones from Costco. Well, they have Costco here, so you could get it from Costco here.
Yep.
All the big cities here in Mexico have a Costco. Mexico City's probably got 4 or 5 of them. Merida's got. Is there 2 here, or they're just the one Costco?
Just one.
Just one Costco?
They could probably get away with 2.
Yeah, they could get away with 2.
Really busy.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll have it here at Costco. Sam's Club probably has it as well. Sam's Club is here.
Well, they won't have that brand because
no, it's
Sam's
a
Club.
Costco. Yes, they won't have the Costco brand, but they'll probably have a brand.
I've never
similar.
looked for it, so I couldn't say for sure if they have it or not.
No, yeah, I've never looked for it, but Costco will have everything that Costco has back home in the U.S. or Canada. They'd have here pretty well.
Yeah, I was using those a lot when I was dieting. So
Those protein shakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you can get them here at yeah. I mean, obviously out at the beach in Progresso, the smaller towns, but even then they have those what do they call those those health shop GNC or whatever it is.
Yes, they do have GNC.
Yeah, they have GNC shops. They're everywhere, and even the smaller towns have those. I've seen them. So they would probably even have. It might not be that brand, but they'll have protein shakes. Might not be Premier, but they'll have protein shakes.
And you know what? If you can't find it in the shops, Amazon's got a lot too.
Yeah, if you can't find it, you can always order from Amazon.
I can usually find it on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon will have it for sure. Well, Premier, is that a Costco brand? Is that what that is?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's been so long since I shopped at Costco.
Well, Kirkland is a Costco brand, but I'm pretty sure you can only get Premier protein shakes at Costco.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Well, where are you?
Yeah, where are you watching from?
No one. You must be close to Merida if you're going to do a trip here.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure those. I've seen a GNC out in Progresso, I'm sure, somewhere.
I'm not sure, but I have seen it in City Center here.
Yeah.
I got the GNC. That was bought here.
Oh, that's where you bought that from?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like say, Costco will have it. Definitely. Most definitely. Oh, Progresso, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Progresso.
We do.
I miss Progresso so much.
Yeah, we went out there for breakfast on the weekend.
Yeah, I miss biking
the weather
on the Malecon.
It was really windy that day.
Yeah, it was windy, yeah.
And we didn't really do anything.
Yeah, that was it. I did a live that day, and I ended up deleting it by accident. It was crap anyway. We had a terrible time that day with the live, but I was going to leave it up, but I ended up, had 2 other videos I was deleting, and I ended up deleting the live. I deleted it off my phone, and it was already uploaded on the computer, and it had on my phone 3 different downloads, and I just deleted all 3 of them, and it was already downloaded, so I don't know why, but it took it off my computer. No, live and learn, I guess. Anyway, no big deal. But yeah, we miss Progresso. We do. Greatly. Chicxulub, Progresso. I'm going fishing in Chaberna tomorrow, so I'll be out in Chaberna, Chelem early in the morning. 6-hour boat tour. So, anyway, guys, I think we'll wrap her up, eh? That's it. Yep. Anybody else got anything else to say? Oh, farmers markets. Yes, there's markets all over. I don't know if they're farmers markets, but all the markets, that's where the food comes from, is from the farms. Yeah, there's markets all over.
There's markets where
they don't call it farmers markets, but
yeah, they call them Mercados. Usually, Mercado Municipal.
They're like a farmer's market, though. All the food
they
comes
are.
from
And then,
the
but
farms.
Also, if you want like an outdoor market, they're called not an outdoor market. Well, yes, outdoor markets. They're called Tanguis.
That's it.
Yeah, but they'll have less food at those and more.
Daily, they have them daily everywhere throughout the city here.
Almost all of the barrios will have their own on a certain day of the night or a certain day of the week. But some of them they'll have themes. Like one of them was all used clothes, and then there's one that was. There was one that was really big. It was a mix of just about everything. They had some food, they had some street food, they had clothes, they had plasticware, they had sunglasses, whatever.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have everything. Yeah, they have everything. They have a lot of junk, a lot of China stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lots of China stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of it. But they have a lot of good stuff too, though. Like a lot of the clothes they have is homemade. It's handmade. A lot of it they probably bought from somebody else, and they're reselling it right at a discount. So some of them I'm sure they made it too, but some is bought and then they're just reselling it. But yeah, that's when we love the markets. We do. We love going to the markets. When we first moved here, we were going to the markets all the time. We went on Google Maps and I found a whole bunch of different markets, and we just for 2 months we were going to markets constantly. Hey babe, I did a few videos at them. You want to go back and look at some of the really old videos that are really crappy? Some crappy old videos. Yeah. Oh well, we had a lot of fun though, eh? It's all about fun. Just fun for us. That's all it is. And we're not trying to get rich off YouTube. We're not us out here having fun, trying to be real. Show you guys what life in Mexico is really all about for us, without all the fluff and BS. So, and just have fun, right? When you come here, you have to take the relaxed lifestyle anyway, so you might as well adopt it for everything, right, babe? Oh, well, whatever, the volume didn't work. Oh, well, we lost internet for a few seconds. We lost our live. Oh, well. You better adopt some patience if you're going to move here and live here, I'll tell you that. So it's far from perfect, that's for sure. So, yeah, I'm excited to go fishing for sure. Thanks, Green Tea. It was great seeing you on our live.
Yes. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by, saying hi. We really appreciate it. These lives are not as interesting if you guys do not interact. So we do really appreciate the interaction. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thanks to everyone else for watching.
1,000%.
Yeah. So
1,000%.
If there's any topics you want us to venture into, let us know for future lives, and we'll see what we can come up with. All right?
We're an open book, guys, and it's free. We don't have no Patron page, and I'm not going to set up a GoFundMe page or anything like that. So give us a thumbs up. That'd be greatly appreciated. And if you're not yet subscribed, please do so, my friend. And as always, God bless everybody out there, and peace on earth.
Adios, amigos.
Adios, hasta luego. Thanks for sticking around, guys. God bless.